Oh, yeah. We're live. It's Friday, 2 p.m. EST. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sarah. And hi, Natasha. And hi, mysterious fourth person.
Ooh.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Yeah, as you guys enter, come say hello. Say hello as you enter, and let us know if you're an only child.
Oh my God. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Something weird's going on, gotta say.
I do want to give a shout out to Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
Yes. Hi, Lynn, if you're here. Hi, guys. We just finished recording Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda. And guys, I'm nervous about the response we'll get for that episode. I don't know. We talk about abortion for an hour.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting, but I feel like we were on the right side of things.
Well, I am a woman, so like and we talked about periods, and that was another question we wanted to ask everyone if my description of what a period cramp feels like for a man. If people agree with that.
Okay. In the first minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, we talked about periods. I was like, I couldn't deal. Amanda said, would you put one of those things on? And then she said she thought it was like taking your balls, pushing up inside your body, and then just pushing on them like really like over and like.
Yeah, like so like if your balls are like right there, like right over your groin, and somebody just came with like a few fingers and just kind of pushed hard enough where there's pressure. And then just like every so often lean in a little and then lean back out. But then it's kind of always just at about a 6 all day. And every so often it'll be like 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, back to 6.
Hey, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
So what do you think, Katie? Is it like getting your balls pushed up inside of you and then pushed on over and over? We're hitting it hard today at 2 p.m. EST on Friday.
Guys, join our Patreon. We are doing the book club right now, and we're about to meet Mr. Big today. Well, today we're recording.
You guys, here are some of the revelations from the book club. 1, the book is if we weren't doing it for this, I probably may not actually read it. Wait, Gabrielle. Hey, Gabrielle. Also, oh my OMG, did you guys see Chris Noth on a podcast bashing SJP? How did he bash her?
Please share.
I mean, he probably was inspired by our video, which was called Mr. Big Hates SJP. I'm sure he saw this title and was like, you know what? Get me on this podcast, meow, and so I can do this thing. See, I was hearing that he was actually against it.
Well,
oh, thanks, Natasha.
Yeah, Natasha's saying how gorgeous we are. People are agreeing with my period description. That is because it's about the area of where the cramps are. It's that low diarrhea.
Yeah, like in. I can't.
Like, can you kind of picture it? Like you can imagine that, right? Like, and it would be like a cramp.
Yeah, I can. And that's why I said that women are stronger than men.
Yes.
And that's why men created God. That's actually, just tune into the episode because that's where I went within, again, the first 2 minutes. Oh, he said we're not friends. Okay.
That's pretty clear when they fired
him. I'm not shocked by that, but, and I wouldn't want to be his friend either because I've heard he's a huge piece of shit in every possible way.
I don't think women are really friends with Chris Noth. I don't think a woman can be a friend.
I don't think Chris Noth looks at women as friends.
No,
definitely. Hi, Heather.
Not.
Hey, Rebecca.
Is this like really bright?
Oh, what was the scientific thing? There was something scientific that I was trying to ask. Oh, okay. So in this episode, we find out that here it is. I'm giving it a little intro. In this episode, we find out that Charlotte can't have a baby because her something in her body like eats the sperm.
Anti-sperm. By the way, who watched the episode? Shout us out in the chat. Again, another strong episode. You guys should watch it. It's better than I remember it being.
I would agree on the episode being good, but I think Carrie honestly does the worst, like the most unfriend like thing ever. It'd be like something where I would fully not be this person's friend anymore.
Carrie or Charlotte?
Yes,
because I said I would draw a line in the sand with Charlotte too.
Oh, well, Charlotte, I can understand somewhat because of what the position she is in. I can have empathy. Okay, here's what happens. Charlotte finds out she can't have a baby, and Miranda finds out that she's pregnant, but she's going to, she's waffling back and forth of whether she should have an abortion or not. Okay. We talked in the episode about how Charlotte is upset at Miranda. And we had a few questions we kind of want to ask here. So in a point in the episode, Miranda, Charlotte's at breakfast saying all this stuff. And Miranda's like, oh, this is a really bad time to say this, but I'm pregnant. Do you think that maybe Miranda, we decided we thought Miranda shouldn't have said anything at that, especially.
She shouldn't have said anything to anyone, even Carrie.
Never told Charlotte at all. What do you guys think?
Charlotte doesn't need to know. I do want to swing back to this comment here from Meredith. Mario Cantone wanted at least one more season of End Just Like That because he said that was not a series finale. Yeah, right. A season finale, yes, debatable. Then at the dinner the girls had after the cancellation. None of them could even remember the scenes they shot for the finale. Not a good sign, said Kristen. So yeah, they went in not knowing that they were even filming the season finale, as it seems. Also, Natasha, I fear that you watched the wrong episode because she said Samantha picking out the second ring was awesome. I think that's the next episode where Aidan proposes to Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
This is where Miranda finds out she's pregnant.
Yeah.
But we all know the episodes. So and I'm excited that that's the next one too, actually.
Okay. So yes. Rebecca, what my original question was I mentioned in the episode was, couldn't Charlotte then get in vitro fertilization? Because isn't that an already fertilized egg? So would the sperm be insulated because it's already in the egg? Because my perception of the egg and the sperm is, of course, from Look Who's Talking. That opening scene where they swim through and then they get to the egg.
That's how Marty Supreme starts too, apparently.
They wiggle open it and it kind of opens these little holes. I don't know why I saw that movie so much as a kid.
Was that real video of sperm?
No.
Well, how did they do that then? That was the 80s.
I don't know, Jim
How'd
Henson,
they do that?
Probably did it.
They did it with puppets.
Puppetry or something.
Interesting. Okay.
Let us know. Is that true?
Natasha says Miranda needs to sue Charlotte because Brady turned out to be a nightmare. What we said at the end of our episode that we recorded is because you know how Miranda reevaluates everything and then she decides to keep him. And we realized if she hadn't said anything to Carrie without Carrie weighing in her boyfriend's opinions and then Aidan getting to weigh in and saying his quote, in fact, is, seems like guys get the shit end of the stick. And if Charlotte hadn't been here making this worse, I think Miranda would have had the abortion and then not regretted it.
That was what we arrived at in our full recap, which, guys, if you care, it drops tomorrow here on YouTube. Or if you're a Patreon member, you get it right after this, baby. Yeah. I thought the same thing. And what I was really annoyed at, that was basically the consensus we decided was she probably would have done it if she hadn't been guilt tripped by Charlotte and then made Carrie to make her feel bad. I felt Carrie
this is a good point.
Should never. Yes, Katie. I think Miranda definitely should have read the room, but I blame Carrie for not being covert and shooting glances at Miranda while Charlotte's talking.
We broke that down too. We're the reason that Miranda or that Charlotte knew something was wrong is because Carrie was
Carrie seems to think in this episode that she needs to tell the world about Miranda's abortion, but she won't tell a soul about her abortion. No. She won't tell Aidan about her abortion, but she wants Miranda to tell. Don't even.
Katie says Carrie's the type of friend who can't keep her friends' secrets at all. We said that too. The friends that I know go and tell their boyfriends everything. I just don't tell them shit anymore. And I hate that because I loved spilling shit about myself. But no.
She acts as though her and Aidan have been married for 25 years, etc., etc. They just got back together, y'all. And she's
lying to him again.
I just had to tell Aidan, oh my God, I couldn't keep it in. And it's but you kept in for now, what did she say? 13 years that you had one and she still won't tell.
Yeah. And we thought Carrie's a sex columnist, we bring up all the time. So this shouldn't have even been weighing on her mind so much that she needed to get this information out. This should be a blip on her radar. That my friend had an abortion.
Faults of the series.
Faults
of the series, but I kind of do. I feel like the character of Carrie would be way cooler about all of this. If your entire thing is to explore sex, you were the most uptight sex person alive. You're like, because, and I understand the time was different.
Well, as TT says, this episode seemed very anti-choice. I definitely perceive it as that too. Hey, TT. That is absolutely true. Like, because when Charlotte gets up and storms out, she's like, you're not even thinking about keeping it. And we're like, oh, Charlotte's not just pro-choice. She is pro-life. Charlotte is fully pro-life. Charlotte is against abortion.
I can give empathy, though, to Charlotte because she is going through a situation where she wants to have a child. I cannot give empathy to Carrie, where she feels like she's racked in the brain and she can't hold it in and she has to tell Aidan. And it's like, you actually then put Aidan in a bad spot, too, I'd almost argue. Now, mind you, here's a question that I have for everyone. I actually made a pledge in the video. I said that I would pay, possibly, $500 to anyone who could tell us one single time when men have had the short end of the stick
compared to a woman.
Because Aidan says, men always have the short end of the stick.
I would laugh in his face. I mean, maybe at the time was different.
Weren't they sitting on an edge of somewhere? I'd push him off of it and hope he fell off a building. You've got to be joking me. I'm a man, and I know that men don't have the short end of the stick.
Oh, here, when Sarah Jessica Parker looks snatched. It seems like men just always get the short end of the stick. Okay, now here's what we wanted to ask.
Anyone. I'm looking. Anyone?
It's radio
I don't see any comments yet. Have men ever had the short end of the stick? Ever? 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 Ever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, okay, so we wanted to ask you guys.
Yes.
Because I'm not definitively in either camp here, although I'm much more on the side of the woman. In this circumstance, does
maybe the draft, Katie?
Oh, the draft. That's good. Okay. Having to kill bugs.
Now, unfortunately, I will turn this though. Because I can totally flip. Funny. I can do some bullshit here. Agreed on the draft, except that the draft is also perpetuating the misogyny and the patriarchy. Because by saying that women shouldn't, that's saying women shouldn't be involved in the military. And even to this day in 2026, the shit-ass administration that we have going on right now is saying that women shouldn't be in the military.
I'm surprised you guys don't have a draft again.
Kick some motherfucking ass. Are we kidding?
What if you got drafted? Could you even get drafted? Are you too old? You're able-bodied.
If I got drafted, I think they would. Well, now I'm too old.
Well, you probably, and you're gay.
Back in the day, I think I just would have had to be like, I'm gay, because when I was growing up in that time, when I was like 18, it was don't ask, don't tell. That was
I do remember that.
So I think it is again. I think they wouldn't have even let me in the first place. So thank God.
What's this guy gonna do?
You know what I would have done? I would have said I had bone spurs, and then I'd be president.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'd have to do a bunch of other horrible, insidious, terrible things. Guys,
it would suck.
What about, anyway, okay.
I just started the last season of Mad Men, and I'm already feeling depressed over it. I'm like, I don't want these people to be gone, but a lot of that is about the draft. Okay, what else? The chat's blowing up here. So women get to experience their husbands leaving the home. The draft was great.
Dream.
Bye. Don't ask me to tell. Yeah. John, if there's a draft, you're marrying Amanda and going north. You should just come here. You'd love it.
There's a draft. Girl, I don't want to get into it. I don't.
Okay, our question, Joan, for them. And again, I'm not on either side of this. Should Steve know? Does Steve deserve to? Because it's Steve. But then, as John pointed out, he's watching Scooby-Doo in the middle of the day. He can't wipe his own ass. So, like, that sucks that you kind of want a kid and that it seems fun and you would love it. But, like, that's not in reality.
That really is the ultimate question of the episode is like, should Miranda be telling Steve?
Miranda will be the one raising it regardless.
That's where I look at it is like, if Miranda is keeping it. She knows what that looks like, right? Because she's seen what Steven's been like so far.
She knows her life as she knows it is over.
I mentioned on the episode that I think that, like, I am so pro-choice in a way that, like, I know this might sound insane in the way that I'm going to phrase this to some people, but I'm going to say that having an abortion is one of the strongest things you can do, I think, because you're making a choice almost all the time for the good of yourself and the child, etc. So,
yeah.
Guys, what do you think? Do you think Steve should have been told?
I think a really important line that's in here that I don't even think Michael Patrick King knew was that important. But when Miranda is at the abortion clinic and she says to Carrie, I can't have a baby, Carrie. I could barely find the time to schedule this abortion. Like, because she works all day. Like, she doesn't have time to have a baby. I mean, I guess she has Magda.
Sees the writing on the wall for what it means to be a mother as a lawyer in New York City.
And it does happen. It happens to her. She like gets demoted. Aidan's current wife, or like his wife, is the one that rats Miranda out for being late. Do you know that?
Wait,
Rosemary DeWitt plays someone else on Sex and the City. She plays the woman, like I think her name is Fern, maybe, and she like rats out Miranda for being constantly late because of the baby. And then Miranda goes, I just want to remind you that when my mother died, I was here on Monday.
I read a fact about this on the thing where it said some guy who plays a waiter in this episode, uncredited, also plays a pedestrian in the next episode, uncredited.
That is so funny. So an extra, like who signed up for probably this season. Meredith, back to this. Kristen said she legit didn't. What, Meredith? Can you write what podcast you were listening to? Because this sounds juicy.
This must have been,
or maybe she's taking different pieces. Kristen said she legit did not understand why they named it, and just like that until after she started rewatching Sex and the City and realized Carrie even said it, and she was too scared to ask anyone. What the fuck? Everyone seemed really terrified to lose their jobs while on that set.
I think they could have done it. I don't know why they named it just like that. I guess it makes sense, but they did such a bad job on their show. I mean, like, let me talk longer about that. Natasha says, as a retired Navy vet, women in high positions in military need the military better. Yeah, understandable. Yeah. I think that having representation of in every single way is so important. I mean, not I just think. I mean,
they just need to let women do shit. On Mad Men, Joan starts getting like promoted and like everything runs better because women are better at it.
Well, you have to think too, in all these situations, you are not just putting stuff out for like it'd be like, okay, if I was the only person in charge of whatever, I'm not just putting out something for gay men, you know what I mean? You need to like broaden, so that's why I have you here.
TT says, I wonder what society was doing significantly better when women were entering the workplace and men weren't there. Well, look at A League of Their Own. Look how much more fun baseball was back then when the men were gone, right?
Yeah, can we do that again?
I want to live in like the 60s and 70s again, but with men, with being at least equal to men.
I don't think so. Well, okay.
If we were equal to men, then yeah. If we had this, well, not even the same rights as now. We don't have any.
The problem is we're still at a point where like not everyone is still free. And until everyone is free, we will never be free.
TT says she's always hated kids and being a mom all the way from the baby shower episode. Yeah, that's true. Because she says in this, Carrie, what if I wake up when I'm 43 and I realize and then she says, is this my baby? But everything has indicated Miranda is not interested in having babies.
In the same turn, though, we're also supposed to believe that Carrie consistently thinks about her baby that she aborted.
Well, no, because we were in disagreement about the joke they were trying to land in that, but you guys will have to listen to the episode. Natasha says every woman boss I've ever had in the military, I could always at least have a conversation with, as a lot of time the men wouldn't even let me talk. Yeah, men are the worst. Great. Okay, what else? What is another question? Oh, does Steve deserve to know, though, guys? Let us know.
Anyone? What do you think? Ultimately, I think
sweet.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard because there should be no circumstance where like a woman should never be forced to have a child she doesn't want to have. So telling Steve, what is she doing? Like, what is that necessarily doing? I understand maybe it's like a respectful thing, but at the same time, if I'm her, do I want to hear Steve be like, Miranda, can't we keep it? We can try to be a family. And he's like, I can work harder. I can work more hours at the bar. I can make a little bit more money. And she's like, baby, I have my life under control. I don't need your ass.
Yeah. Like, so I think because of the friendship, maybe, yes. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing, though.
I could see
Imagine going to any man that you know currently who's like 40 and asking them, would they want to know if some girlfriend all of a sudden came and said, oh, by the way, I got an abortion 20 years ago when we were together? Would the man really, does he need to know that or want to know that? No, just any man. And does any man out there need to know that information? Is that going to, what would come out of him knowing that?
I think that the storyline in the episode is understandable of men blowing it out of proportion. A man will so weaponize that against you.
Oh yeah.
If he finds it out one day and he's mad at you, he'll use it in some way of like, well, yeah, you had an abortion. Yeah, well, you got an abortion before and you didn't tell me, or you lied to me about your abortion, or you used to be a whore and this, that, and the other. I mean, like, men will use anything.
This comment is so funny from Julie. I think Steve should know because he had sex without a condom and assumed that he was shooting blanks. I mean, yeah, that's true. It's like an STD.
I also want to know, like the chicken and the egg, did they want Miranda to get pregnant and then go backwards in the writing of the story by introducing the single ball and the ovary, or did they introduce those and then they were like, oh, you know what? You know, it'd be really funny. Since we already did that, let's have her get pregnant.
But so I think the way sitcoms were written back then is they actually got the writers got together in a room and didn't meet on Zoom after the show had already been written, edited, acted.
They didn't just write individual episodes and never actually discuss between anything.
No. You're just sending like voice memos to each other. So I think they had a full arc. This season arc is so slamming. I think they did get together and figure out a full arc here. All right. She can ask him, do you have any kids or anyone gotten pregnant? He can ask her. It's just, yeah, like as an info exchange. Yeah.
Agreed. But yeah. I can almost get, I was on the side of saying that like men will 100% want, like, if I were a woman, I would also be trepidatious about telling a man that I had an abortion because they'll think they can take it in a lot of ways. And most of the ways aren't good. I don't. No. He'd think you're a big whore or whatever.
Natasha says, I think Michael Patrick King. I think Michael Patrick King and Sarah Jessica Parker wanted to kill feminism. Mm-hmm. And Rebecca says they wanted the conflict position of Miranda and Charlotte. Now that scene is gorgeous. The walking, guys. Samantha is so good in this episode. Again, the best. She's the best friend. She's like, Miranda, it's not a big deal. I've had 2 abortions. Carrie's had 1.
That's what I was going to say is like, this again proves that Samantha is the best. She should be going to the abortion. All of that.
Yes. Like, she's just so non-judgmental. She's non-judgmental to everyone always.
Yeah, well, you probably have about 6 illegitimate children out there that women were too ashamed to claim as yours. The only acceptable retort to abortion.
That's the other thing, because in this episode, Carrie says to Aidan, well, have you ever gotten anyone pregnant? And his answer is, no, not that I know of. Well, isn't that lovely that men could have that?
Okay, but I'll say Aidan doesn't have a problem with Carrie having had hers. That is a self-imposed thing. Carrie thinks he's going to have a problem with it, and so she doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah, which, okay, you think that your man might not be okay with that?
But I don't understand why it's so on Carrie's heart that she has to tell about Steve, but she then...
I know. Well, she just wants to gossip. She likes to gossip.
Does she? I don't understand. It pissed me off super bad. I was super bad. I was so heated watching the episode, and every scene that would happen with Carrie, I just was more and more pissed because I'm like,
me too.
You're being worse and worse. She just kept getting worse.
Did you think that when you were in your 20s watching this though?
No, I think that I thought she was fine. Of, like, they should tell Steve, and now I'm like so in this place of like, who gives a shit what Steve thinks, because ultimately the baby is being made inside Miranda's body and the birth will be on Miranda, okay?
Yeah.
Steve shot his jizz in her once, and maybe that's partially his fetus, but she is doing every ounce of work past that, and she is the one putting the rest of those 9 months or past at risk. She could die from that. So you're forcing her.
Doesn't he still live with her at age 22, by the way? Aidan did not have a problem being.
We mentioned that.
Aidan did not have a problem being a cuck for Big, so why would he care about Carrie's abortion? Carrie can't keep a secret, says Randy. TT says, I think at some level about Steve, she wanted him to know, so she told Aidan. I think, here's my other question. In the 90s, was this more of a discussion?
Doesn't that make her a bad friend to Miranda? Sorry.
Yes, all of this makes her a bad friend to Miranda.
And I agree, though, TT. I get. And I can actually see where that, but also like Miranda, like there's a hierarchy.
Miranda's your friend. Like Miranda's your friend.
My vision of a lot of stuff is like, I tell my girlfriends a lot is I'm like, you know what? I love your partner, but if you like left them, I am team you 1000%. I will kick them to the curb so damn fast. It's
Miranda, no, Carrie would totally choose like Steve.
Oh, so she'd be one who's like, I can't stop being friends.
Kyle Richards. Is that Kyle, right?
Like Kyle Richards. Yeah. I mentioned how she was like Kyle Richards before, like where she wants to like bring other people's drama up so she doesn't have to have any drama herself. She like introduces other people's storylines so she can just sit back. Hey, Beakerface.
Hey, Beakerface. Beakerface, did you enjoy my presentation earlier?
Amanda was like, did you see my presentation? And I was like, no, sorry.
You should go watch it. You'd learn a lot about the Browns.
Guys, question. Who's watching Traders? Because we're about to record our quickie about Traders like after this. And I am heated about last night's episode of Traders. I'm pissed. Anyone?
I'm watching it, but I haven't seen last night's yet. I'm really excited. Michael
Rappaport. It's going to piss you off, I feel.
Okay, I already hated Colton before.
It's going to make you hate someone else who you're like going to be surprised about.
Johnny Weir? Is Monet still on it?
Love Johnny Weir. Oh my God. Last night,
I love Johnny Weir too.
He was like the star of the episode.
Oh, great. Okay, don't, no spoilers. Never heard of Traitors. Traitors with Alan Cumming. The Traitors. Go watch it.
Randy,
this season especially is very good.
You have to watch it. Traders. It's like the game Mafia that like back in the day where like people would be the murderers, and then every night everyone goes to sleep and they kill someone, and then you have to try and figure out who it is.
It's on Peacock and Crave. But Alan Cumming is the host of it, and he really makes that show.
There's also always a lot of queer representation on it, which is fantastic.
There's drag queens. TGI Fridays. Please, coming up. Yeah, the TGI Fridays, the way that joke was interweaved and then ending with Lucy Liu was impressive.
But I remember back in the day going to TGI Fridays.
Girl, you and me, when I think of TGI Fridays, I think of you. We went all in. We got this whiskey river.
There was for perspective, y'all. There was this time when Amanda and I's friendship, like we were in this like friend group of people, friend group thing that was a toxic pit of vipers, I believe. Anyway,
it was a clique. It was very cliquey.
It was like we would go to like do rehearsals at one place, hang out at this other house, and like there was a TGI Fridays right by all of that.
Yeah,
like, literally
so
right
good.
by. And so they would have happy hour, which was back when actual happy hour was good.
Reverse happy hour at like 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah, they had reverse happy hour too. So we'd go at night and they had freaking Jack Daniels wings or something. Jack Daniels chicken something. And oh my God, that was so good. Now, I don't think it even exists. And like everything else, I'm sure it would be terrible.
I think it's awful now.
Everything from back in the day is now bad. Take me back.
Take me back. I was having fun. Michael Rappaport lasted longer than I thought he would. I know. Well, I'll tell you about it. I'll listen to our quick. Yeah,
I hate Michael Rappaport with every fiber
of my being.
I
used to like him. He was Phoebe's boyfriend.
Colton Underwood. I need him to. Oh.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
The fried green beans. Yeah, Natasha. Exactly.
Those were good. We aren't allowed to have happy hour and MA.
I have a slight Jones moans about happy hour. If anyone wants to listen, just listen. What has happened to happy hour? What has happened? Because back in the day, half price drinks, half price appetizers. And you know what? It would be the entire menu of appetizers. They might have one appetizer on the menu that was like a sampler, and that wouldn't be on happy hour, but every other item, 50% off, all drinks, 50% off. Nowadays, when you go to happy hour, it's like $2 off cocktails, and the cocktail's $18, or like $3 off appetizers, and it's a $15 small plate with 2 pieces of bread on it. $15, and you're giving me $3 off, and now it's $12. That is not happy hour. Bring back happy hour. Real happy hour. 50% off all appetizers and drinks. Thank you and good night.
More Carrie hate. The show likes to tell the audience how good of a friend Carrie is while simultaneously showing her spilling secrets, judging her friends, and sending her boyfriend to help a naked Miranda. No, especially when Carrie's with Aidan. Is Carrie at her worst when she's with Aidan? No, she's bad when she's with Big too. When she's with a man. She's a good friend when she's single. And I do know a lot of people like that. She is bad when she's with a man because it's coming up when she gets with the Russian and she gets a lot of bad shit then too. I think though, she wasn't as bad the first seasons. She becomes worse, I feel. Well, the Carrie in the book seems cooler than the Carrie on the. Well, we'll see. We're meeting Big in the book soon. The Carrie in the book, though, we've only seen her for like 5 seconds. Except she's mysterious so far. If you want to put pieces together, you would think that by the naming. Except, does she call her by her full name in the book? Does she call her Carrie Bradshaw? I don't even know if she says Carrie Bradshaw. She just said my friend Carrie. Yeah, she usually doesn't do first and last names unless she's talking about like a real person. I was gonna put together Candace Bushnell, Carrie Bradshaw, like CB. Yeah, but she herself is still a character in the book because it's in first person. So much of it is, it's hard to wrap your brain around it because I'm excited to meet Mr. Big because last week was annoying because it kept being about. Men feel that this and men do this and men are this. And it's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care about what men think. TT says, I'm still wondering how old that waiter was. We talked about this too. She said it was the 80s, but it was 13 years ago because she says, I could have a 13-year-old kid. And this guy does just look like one of those. 89 then, if any. Yeah. 89. He looked. I was 6. I would believe this though. I would believe that because, okay, I worked in restaurants for 8 years of my life in different ones. Yeah. And there was always someone usually who had been there for 10 years who was mostly over it, but didn't want to leave. So I could see it. Katie says Carrie is way worse than she's in a relationship. Agreed. And he looks early 30s. Yeah. Well, so they both must have been 20. Because Carrie said she was had a 13-year-old. She said she was 22. Okay, so she's 35. She just turned 35. Yeah, at the beginning of the season, she turned 35. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. Miranda says calling Aidan Mother Teresa / Gandhi / who's a better boyfriend after he allows Big to come up. Such a diabolical overcorrect. How did they think she was a good friend? Seriously. Why did I can't don't get me started on Big coming up and her inviting him. That's why I'll never get over it. I was already on this thing of God, she was terrible last episode. And now ultimately I think this was worse. I think this is a betrayal of friendship. Honestly, tell me, friends, you guys watching, if you were going to do this and you told your friend and then you were like, I don't want them to know, I don't want this. And then you told the friend of that, if you were in Carrie's position, or if you were in this position, I've been in this position, and then they tell their fucking husband. Yeah.
Would you not want to literally choke Carrie out?
I would be like, I'm never telling you anything anymore.
Miranda acts like,
and you're a fucking pick me.
Miranda isn't even mad.
No, she isn't, because she feels so guilty. She's not mad at Charlotte, even though Charlotte like really shamed her too.
Charlotte was a total bitch, but I can give a tiny bit of empathy to Charlotte. I can give none to Carrie, because she doesn't even need to be involved. Like, her opinion actually shouldn't even really matter, but okay.
What are the other storylines in this? Samantha's Birkin bag. I'm looking at how much a Birkin it actually costs right now.
Okay, guys. Do you believe that this episode was what started the Birkin like revolution? And I said I do know that they like started in, I think, the 70s or 80s by Hermes, inspired by Jane Birkin. I know that stuff, but is it don't you think that this episode with Lucy Liu and the Birkin like kind of, I don't know.
Like, it's how I knew what a Birkin was. And I have a bag that like reads as a Birkin. It's not like trying to be a Birkin, but it's that style. And I love that bag.
TT says that Carrie was definitely betraying.
Yes,
Rebecca says Carrie's boundaries for men versus her friends are ass backwards. Seriously. I would never speak to Carrie again.
Yeah.
Yes, it brought it to the masses. And no, here's my thing. With, I would never, Carrie's, I think that this did a disservice to women, honestly.
Female friendships
growing, or in the time, like, or in this idea of like to perpetuate or give women this idea that like you need to tell your man, but you should hold your man into higher esteem.
I agreed with her here. I was like, well, obviously she told her boyfriend that she's been back together with for 2 weeks.
Back in the day, you thought that.
Back in the day, I no, definitely not now. And here's the other thing, John, imagine you yourself, John, being out with Carrie. Aren't you kind of on high alert because you know she's going to shush you or tell you you're talking too loud or be like, just like, I don't feel safe being my authentic self in front of Carrie because she will just point out all your flaws and be like, ugh, apologize to her boyfriend for you.
I mentioned this in our full recap, which again drops tomorrow, or it drops today if you're on our Patreon, where I have a challenging time putting myself into some of these situations because Carrie would have been freaking domed down and scorched earth years ago if this is how she acted. I don't have friends like this. I wouldn't be her friend, and whether it would be me telling her to go fuck herself or it would be me just never speaking to her again, I wouldn't be in that position. So it's really difficult because she's horrible. Joe 93 says, I've caught the tail end of one podcast. What show are y'all on? I think I might have to watch the show. I've never really seen it. Okay.
Sex and the City. You should watch Sex and the City for sure. It's so good.
Watch Sex and the City.
It holds up.
Some of it has not aged amazingly well, but we recap every single episode. So start watching, baby. It's fun. And now we're on season 4, episode 11. It's Coulda, Woulda, Shoulda. And it's kind of a heavy episode. They're not all about abortions, but
if I only wish. What's Carrie's worst friendship moment here? Because for me, or the part where I would crash out as Miranda is when they're eating pizza and Carrie goes, first she says, I told Aidan. And then she says, maybe Steve does deserve to know. That's where I'm like, no, I cannot do this with you right now.
It's unfortunate because in this moment, the friend that Miranda needs from this group, but they persistently treat her like is Samantha. You know who you need in this moment is a Samantha, who you go to when you say, you know what, this isn't right for me. And Samantha's like, what do you need? How can I help you? She's not like, she's like, are you sure?
She knows 1,000 people. She knows 4 different doctors who will do this. And then she'll set up a spa appointment for you afterward. Like, that's who you want.
But again, the show wants us to believe that Samantha's just the whore on the side, literally.
Yeah, really, seriously. Yeah, the one that you don't invite her if we're meeting classy people. You don't bring Samantha along.
Carrie is a buzzkill. Okay, Katie's referencing the Bye episode, and that guy was hot. Carrie is a buzzkill. Let's not forget she fumbled a beautiful man and had to leave a goddamn party after kissing Alanis Morissette.
It was too lesbian.
And she's a sex columnist.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing is like, she's such a fucking like nerd.
If she wasn't literally considered a sex columnist, I wouldn't be as annoyed with her being a prude. But
no.
You did watch a few episodes of the reboot, Jen.
Oh,
girl.
Well, you should first go watch our recaps.
Like that.
Watch our recaps of And Just Like That. Because we were starting to pop off there at the end, and then it got canceled.
Look who's here for our last 5 minutes.
Jody.
Amanda did mention that there are new StreamYard filters, and I said, oh, great. That's exactly what we need. Fuck up our shit even more, please. Give us more reason to glitch. And I heard it worked really well for you guys, Jody.
Yeah, people are like, we lost the audio and the video.
Okay, yeah. Gabrielle, I do like to pat the grease off the pizza.
Yeah. Remember Gus's Pizza in Phoenix? Do you still have that? I would fly to Phoenix. I think about that so often.
Know. Do you remember Slices on Mill?
No, but I do have to go. We have to end this stream a little early today.
You're
so
right.
Let's wrap it up.
But we have like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys like on your pizza? Just kidding. Okay. I do still want to know though, like, okay, yeah, sure. Great. What else? Oh, Steve, Carrie, Miranda told Charlotte. Would you have told Charlotte if you're Miranda? No, I wouldn't have. And yeah, okay. I guess we've got really all of our answers.
Yeah. We love you guys.
This was actually quite revealing.
Loved it.
This live.
Yeah.
So
we're having fun.
That's you, Gabrielle. Love you.
Now we're gonna read the book and talk about traders. So we'll catch you on the flip
Gabrielle,
side.
Don't you do nails and stuff? Because I think I've seen your Instagram and your nails. Aren't you Gabzilla? Something? Gabzilla. 13.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.